Man, a friend of mine says sometimes life just be life, and when this special lady hit me one day, it was actually one night. It was late. It was a sign. You get what I'm saying? Because I was asleep. I was knocked out sleep. But when that ding went off, I just jumped up. Like, sometimes when your phone go off in the middle of the night, it's always bad news. But this one wasn't bad. You know, you meaning Tiny, you hit me and say, hey, listen, you still do that podcast? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? I got an episode I want to do. I'm like, talk to me. You told me what it was about. I instantly just lift up like, okay, I'm interested now. Let's talk. We got into it. I think we talked for probably about 30 minutes that night, back and forth. You told me what you wanted. I didn't go to sleep after that.
I barely could.
I didn't go to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep after that because I was interested. I was invested. It meant something to you, and then listening and rereading those messages, it started to mean something to me because as an adult, you try to get yourself more knowledgeable every day. You try to understand the way that people work, the way that people move, the way that people feel. Me as a boss, sometimes I have to take a step back to understand that this person's reaction is not because they're assholes, because life is actually getting to them right now. And sometimes I just need to ask them, like, hey, do you need a minute? Do you need a day? What do you need? Because you never know what pain someone carries with them. And that pain sometimes become extremely heavy. So we open up this table today for you to be able to talk, to speak, and to let some of that pain off, to tell us your story. So first, introduce yourself and then introduce your guest.
I'm Justina Morales, known as Tiny T. This is my sister, Jerica. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Jerica, and I'm Justina's sister. I am the owner of Healing Her Entrance. I am a self-care coach where I help women implement self-care practices into their daily life to become the best version of themselves. We're going to stop right there.
No, keep going. I'm interested.
Okay, well, woo. So,
Yeah, right.
I've been with my sister on this journey since she lost her child. It was different because it's like you don't actually know what a person is really going through when they lose someone, right? And it's like I'm on my healing journey, and she needed me. It's only us, same mom, same dad. She needed me at the time, and it was like I couldn't be there for her mentally and emotionally. And we had a conversation about it, and she felt as though, which she did tell me, it was selfish, which I totally understood it, but it was like I had to continue to take care of myself because us as women, we are nurturers. We take care of, we take care. A guy give us food, we make it a meal. They give us kids, we make a family. They give us a house, we make a home. So we are constantly so busy taking care of others, making sure they're good, their mental is good, physically, emotionally, and sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves. So that's where I was at. I was in the midst of filling my cup up, right? And it was like she needed me, but I couldn't be there. And it taught her a lot because it taught her how to grieve on her own and not depend on anyone to lean on, basically, as far as like her grief. She did this shit. She's doing this, like, excuse my language, but she's doing it, and it just like impressed me because it's like I watch her day by day by day. When you're going through a grieving process, you have to sometimes come to understanding, like, nobody owes you nothing. This grieving is for you. Nobody knows exactly how you feel. 1 minute you can be fine, happy, the next day that should just hit you and you just can't get out of bed. And other people are just getting up every day, living their life, you know, and it's something that she surprised me. Like, surprised me. And it was just like, I used to constantly have talks with her, you know, I'll check up on her, of course, you know. And it got to a point that I was big on everything happens for a reason. And I feel like her, you know, losing my niece, it brought the best out of my sister. And, you know, she actually not feels alone. She feels Milani here. It's so many things. And I used to always say, just relax, pray, right? Self-care practices, implement. And she started doing little things. And she would tell me, like, I feel her, Jay, or she'll get signs. And it was just like, so me being able to talk to her and get her to connect with her spiritually, she at that. She there. Like, she know, like, there's times she get up and she misses her and stuff because she's not here physically. But she knows, she feels her spiritually. And it's like, she's a strong woman. And I give her flowers because she's doing it. And we don't know, when she go home and how she, but she's strong as shit. And you doing your thing. So go ahead and speak on how's it been for you, because, even me as a sister, she never even opened up and explained exactly like
so this
how.
is your first time you gonna
Yes.
hear this.
Yes.
So this is
everybody.
Authentic. This is authentic.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely.
You gotta make sure you're talking to the mic so everybody can hear it.
All right, so everybody knew me as selling jewelry, and I just became a little popping on the media, social media, and things by all of that, and everybody, see my outside, like, just, oh, she a get money girl, she sell her jewelry, she doing this, she doing that. When I had Milani, it was the most beautifulest thing in my life, like, that ever happened to me. Like, I needed this child more than anybody know. Like, this was personal. Like, Milani was well needed. This baby just instantly brought me joy. Like, it was just so different for me. And having her around, being her mom, everything was just, I don't know, it was just perfect. Losing my child was, I'm here to, like, explain, but I still can't fully. But it was very, very different for me because a lot of people don't know. Like, as mothers, we all know what it's like when you genuinely love your child. And as she said, like, what was that you said? Like, God give you food, you prepare. When God give you children, you make a family, like, all of that. Like, that was my biggest thing. Like, I wanted to just do that family thing so, so bad. I dealt with a lot of issues with Milani's dad. It was different. When my baby got sick on me, it happened, like, out of the blue, and it was something that was scary. But in the beginning, I didn't think it was too scary. I'm just like, okay, this is something that's happening. It was different because I never dealt with it with Ariana. Mind you, I've had a daughter. My daughter is about to be 16 in January. And Harry Ariana was different. I was, like, in group homes and in programs, like, with Milani. This was all different. I'm out. I'm on my own with this one. Like, I'm finally doing it. I don't even, like, kind of damn near remember what it was like having a 16-year-old. My daughter damn near 16 years ago, because I was, 15, 16 when I had Ariana? So I was like a baby having a baby. So everything was different now, and it's just like, all right. So when Milani got sick, Dad was out the picture. I'm by myself now, and now I'm in hospitals. And I got got folks with me. You know, I got folks with me that I was just now partying with and chilling with and maneuvering with, and everybody there. You know, everybody was the village. That's what people called it, the village and stuff. It was my village. I ain't going, cap or nothing. Like, motherfuckers, they was there. I can cuss. Okay. Motherfuckers was there. They was there. It was around. It was helping me, I was in a tight spot. Like, Lonnie was in the hospital. My baby's sick. I don't know what's going on. I'm at this point like, well, what the hell was going on? Like, I got into an incident with her father. I sent my daughter with my father that night to just keep her safe. My dad called me that morning at like 6 or 7 in the morning. Milani's not breathing. I'm like, hold on. My dad just always extra. Wilson is extra. He's a fucking comedian. Everybody know. He play a lot, so it's just like we play a lot. So it's like, Dad, like, don't play like this. Like, what are you talking about? She's not breathing, whatever. So he like, no, Ma, for real, like, something wrong with her. I'm like, she okay right now? He like, yeah, but you got to take her to a hospital. So I'm like, cool. So I take my daughters to a hospital. I take her there for 3 days. They watching her. They like, okay. I'm noticing when I feed my baby, she ain't, she not doing so well. Like, her milk is leaking out. I done went from breastfeeding to try to put her on a bottle. Things ain't going so smooth. So, hey. So, things is a little weird. So I'm at the hospital. I'm trying to get answers. So I'll never forget this doctor coming in like, oh, her head big. I gotta laugh about this shit because I'm like, her dad head was big, and that was the first thing when she came out. I had a cesarean, and he was like, "Oh, she's mine. She got my head," like stuff like that. But he like, her head a little big, whatever. And the doctor's like wearing her down. I'm like, what is y'all talking about? Like, her breathing, it's her breathing. So he like, all right, they let her go. 3 days later, the nurse stopped me on my way out. Like, I think you should take your baby to CHOP. Like, go home, rest. It's been a long 3 days. You've been stressing. Go home and rest. So I do just that. As I'm getting out the shower, I'm feeding my baby. I notice she go blue on me again. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm on the phone with one of my friends. I'm like, yo, like, what do I do? She start breathing again. Like, I pick her up. She start breathing again. I'm like, all right, something's wrong with my baby. So I take her to the CHOP. I take her to CHOP hospital. They instantly, it's a lot going on in that hospital, but they put her first. Like, she's a smaller baby. They want her out of the room. It's still COVID lingering. So they take her and they kept her. Like, we ain't coming home now. It's like, all right, we got a lot of, it's more issues than I'm thinking about. It's more issues. It's more, now reality is setting in. And then in the mix of that, I'm dealing with other issues, like relationship issues and them, they're getting put out of a home, like stuff like that get deep and go far in. And now I'm at CHOP and I'm trying to figure my life situations out home. Like, now where's my other daughter going to live? Where are we living at? Like, it's getting deep. So it's like, damn, life is lifing for me right now. Life was lifing as fuck. Like, it was crazy. Like, I cannot explain the shit I was going through. Like, mentally, I was like, I wanted to, like, hang it up. Like, I can't explain that feeling. So I just kept strong every day. I'm in the hospital. I'm dealing with them. I'm listening to different doctors coming in. They coming in at CHOP. If you know. They coming in every morning at the same time. They coming in as a big group. It's like 7, 8 doctors. They coming in. They got a plan. Every day is a plan. Okay, we don't figure this out. We got to figure this out. Every day is a plan. So for 2 months straight, every day was a plan. I'm like, okay. So anywho, whatever. We went through all that, little couple surgeries. She had a feeding in her nose. They planted in her stomach to bring her home safely. So she was a little rough. She kept pulling her thing out her nose. She ain't like it. So they bring her home, on a machine. And I'm like, everything gonna be good. They like, yeah, she just got a little sleep apnea, laryngomalacia, something. Like, she got a hard time swallowing. My mom done came down from New York, helping me in the middle of moving while my baby is sick. And I'm doing a lot. So my mom had came and helped me out a lot. So I finally went through so much to finally, my brother had left me a house, a home, and I was able to move in, and I was finally able to get situated. And I was just so thankful. Like, I was like, damn, I was at a point where I wanted to give up bad as hell in the hospital, and nobody knew. Like, I would lock myself in the bathroom. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, in the bathroom at CHOP, like, I just felt my own self going crazy. Like, first of all, I was damn near homeless in CHOP. Like, I'm like living with my baby. We living at CHOP, baby. Like, this is what we doing. Like, I don't know. Like, nowhere to go. My brother opened up his home to me. We had to get it fixed up a little bit. My friends at the time, they made it happen. It was helping me out. We figuring everything out. Everybody's so happy. We happy. We like, damn, all right, I'm about to bring Lonnie home. Like, she coming home. So we bring my baby home, and home was home. Home was good. She had nurses, like, you know, on the clock or whatever. And then it was probably like not even a month after she was home, probably like 20-something days. And one morning I came down, I found my baby like just lifeless. The nurse had just left. And she was sitting in her swing. And I just remember coming down the steps, and I'm ready, you know, start our day. I came down earlier when the nurse left. I'm checking on her. She knocked out. She's sleeping good. But when I came down the steps, like, Donnie, why you not up yet? Like, I'm talking. I just look over, and she got a sleeping mask on her that these doctors promised me. Like, this is safe. She's good on this mask. This is going to help her. It's going to alarm. If she stops breathing, this is going to alarm. Like, you're good. You're completely safe. This is what I'm getting at when I'm leaving CHOP. You're good. She's going to alarm. Okay, cool. So I ain't hearing that. When I wake up, it was just like something woke me up. Like, wake up. I woke up. I'm like, oh, shit, it's late. She got to eat. Mind you, she ate from a tube or whatever. So it was a process. It was a lot that me and my daughter had to do. It was a job for us to do. It was stressful, but it was a job. And when I come down, I just look at her, and I just felt her, and she cold, and now my mind everywhere. Now I don't know what to do, right? So I just remember, like, I was so excited to leave that hospital with my baby because I wanted her home so bad. Home was finally home, and it was set up. And my other daughter happy. And my other daughter is anxious to meet her and be with her sister. So it's like I'm excited. But the one thing that I, like, kept regretting is I had, you know, I got nurses, like my daughter's grandma and her mom. They done did the NICU and stuff. They like, just please get trained for CPR. Please get trained for CPR before you leave. They got to do it, though. They're supposed to do it. Like, they're mandated to show you in case, because they're sending her home and they know she has a breathing problem and she has this sleep apnea, and at any time anything could go wrong. I was so ecstatic to leave, and I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't even think about to run it back. Like, oh, run it. I shouldn't have ran it by them, though, right? Like, can y'all teach me CPR, God forbid? I'm not thinking about that. I'm so excited. I'm like, okay, my baby's good. We good. We on the road. We go home, baby. I never forget making that video on Instagram, like, my baby is going home after all this time. Like, I would never forget before I left the hospital and they said we was going home, and I went in the bathroom and I just cried, like, damn, this was a journey, but I got it through. Like, we about to go home, baby. Home is late. Home was late. Like, everything was good. Everything was going good. And then when I came down to that, it's like, I just was like at a pause, like, what the fuck? And I was home by myself for some reason. Ariana did not leave our side, but for some reason, Ariana was not there, and it was just me that found her. And I just remember pulling the mask off and putting her on the couch and calling 911 and trying to do what I had to do. It's just like my voice left. My voice left. Like, I couldn't even... Like, I remember going to the door to, like, yell, and I'm like, I'm on this quiet ass block. I didn't know what to do. I just froze. And I remember the cops running in and everybody running in and doing what they got to do, and I just was frozen. Like, I just went blank. And, you know, everything, the process happened. They took her in the ambulance. I couldn't get in that ambulance with her. I rode behind, in another ambulance behind her. I remember going to CHOP. They tried to tell me, to Cooper, and they tried to tell me I got to go to the front. I'm like, no, I got to see my baby. Like, I went in there. And all I remember now is seeing detectives. And detectives are just standing there giving me the mean mug, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with my baby. Like, what is happening right now? And I just remember this one guy, the one guy from the ambulance, the first EMT that walked in. I remember him. And he just looked, and he had tears in his eyes. He was like, I'm really sorry. And I'm looking at this guy like, what you mean? Like, what's going on? Like, is my baby going to be okay? That's all. I asked that question about 20, 30 times. But as doctors, they can't tell you something that they're not sure of, so they didn't know. But I knew my baby was still breathing and my baby was still here. I didn't know that. And then from there, I just remember my sister coming. It was me, my sister, my mother-in-law, and my daughter, and we got put in a room, right? They put us in a little room. We all talking. I just remember my sister keep telling me, like, she's so, like, healing and trying to be positive. She's like, it's good. Like, girl, it's good. She's good. She's fine. She is fine. She's good. That's all I keep hearing. I'm like, all right, she good. And, we go to CHOP. A few hours later, well, the first hour she in there, I'll go in there, and a few hours later, I just remember the doctor coming up to me like, your daughter's gonna die. So it's like another person looking at me in my face and telling me, your child is about to die, right? That shit is like the most craziest shit ever. I looked at this lady, and I know she was like, what the hell? I just stared at her. I probably gave her the most, like, just craziest look. And I said, you not gonna tell nobody my child about to die. I said, I'm working on God's time. God gonna keep my baby here. And I just remember that. And she, like, about 10 minutes later, I'm watching all these people do CPR, and I'm just praying. I ain't never prayed so much in my life. I ain't never, ever, like, prayed this much in my life. And I just, like, it's me talking about this shit, it's just, like, driving me crazy, because now I've realized, like, I literally never prayed to God this hard. But I just felt like it was late. Like, was I too late on my prayers? What happened here? And it was over. Next thing you know, I'm pulling up a chair for me. And I had to say my last goodbyes, and my baby had to die in my arms. Now, this is a whole baby, like, I done built a bond with. My baby ain't smile in the beginning. She had hard ass time smiling. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with my baby? I asked the doctors, why she not smiling? Like, but when I brought her home to that home that I created, that we made home, that baby was happy as hell. She's smiling for my daughter. She was smiling too much. The night before she passed, she was smiling like no other, cracking up. And I'm like, damn, like, okay, we cool. Like, I was so happy. And for that to just leave, like, I can't, I probably never will be able to explain that feeling. It's just unexplainable. It's just a feeling that you yourself deal with when you go through it. So I just felt so fucking empty. So I sat in that chair, and then we had people come up, and everything was just dry and just weird. And I'm just looking. I would take my time out. I'll go in the bathroom, hit my vape, and just cry. I ain't the type of person that like to cry in front of people. I don't like nobody seeing me at my weakest. And that was the worst thing that's ever happened in my life, for a doctor to walk up to me and tell me your baby's about to die, and now I gotta, like, just be okay with this, right? Like, I'm fucked up. Like, I don't know how to think. You know, you watch a lot of, like, movies and stuff like that, right? Real movie shit, like, when you see people like that, they going crazy. Like, I was completely numb. Like, and I still think about it to this day, like, damn, I don't feel like I held my baby enough. Like, it was too hard on me. Like, I held her, she died in my arms, and I had to sit her back down. She was so heavy. Like, it was just, I remember everything, so it drive me crazy. Like, damn, like, this feeling was deep. It was crazy. Like, the craziest thing a person could ever go through. And I had to deal with that, and I'm like, God, this isn't my life right now. This isn't happening. And I keep telling myself, like, nah, something's gonna come out. Like, I don't know why I felt crazy as hell, because I'm like, nah, she about to start breathing again. Like, I kept telling myself that. And as I'm just watching all my family come in, and I even allowed her dad, family, I hated them. They came in. I did that for peace. My baby brought me this peace. I cannot explain that day when she left. And it was like, this isn't me. It wasn't me that was doing it and allowing who came in that room. I was like, today I look back up. I can't even say that because I'm like really healing. We was hot. We like, what? After all they did to put us out? And I'm letting them come in here and cry over my baby when I genuinely felt like it wasn't real, but like it was peace. And it was really, really, really different. But overall, after all of that, after everything that I've been through, I just kept praying. I kept praying, and God just started revealing some deep stuff, man. Like, it was real. Like, it was just like, it was real. Like, friendships. The village is gone. It's no village, okay? The village was there. It was partying. We was drinking. We was stressed out.
When the fire going, the smoke clears.
It cleared. It was no village no more. You know, and like, we're going to talk about this situation too because, I mean, you know, people had knew about it.
You still got a lot more to unpack before we go to that part. So let's introduce, you get what I'm saying, the late comer right now.
Jen.
She snuck up in here.
Hi, baby.
Hey, y'all.
Heard so much about it. So it's actually, before we actually transition to the other part, it's things that you see within that story that, you know, for me, it was just a lot that was wrong with a lot of processing the whole things, right? You know, even for an EMT. Now, I've never went to an EMT school or anything like that, but I don't think even in their training they should even say to you, "I'm sorry," as if they're pronouncing your child. You get what I'm saying?
But I feel like he knew.
I get it.
And they couldn't tell me, and I just feel like he had a heart for his job, for him to,
yeah, absolutely.
that's how I genuinely
But
feel.
it's so hard, right? Because working in healthcare, like that doctor, that was the second part. Like the doctor, how you reenacted the doctor coming to you, it just felt like she was soulless when she said it to you. Like she was so numb.
But it was, she was sad. That was a hard job to do. That doctor, I was watching her put all her team to work. Like she was going off. It was so much I couldn't even process. But my mom, thank God, was a nurse, so she watching everything. She already knew. My mom knew my baby was about to die before I knew. And she's sitting there, just tears rolling, and I'm just looking like, I didn't know nothing. She knew it. I didn't know what was going on. But that doctor, I can give her flowers. All that, she put her team to work. Like, that's a hard job.
It is. And
I can't imagine that.
the first thing I said to you was, I'll never sit here and try to tell you I understand how you feel, because I don't. You know, I honestly don't know what that feels like. And, you know, this shit actually hurt right now just listening to it. Like, you know, you sit back and you just look and you watch, and just like you said, you're not the type to try to cry in front of people. So as I'm listening to your story, it's like I keep adjusting myself, and I'm like, all right, you get what I'm saying? Tiny Ray make a gangster cry up here, and I can't.
Gangster, Tiny don't want to cry either.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I can't go out like that. You get what I'm saying? I can't be swinging in the house, walking in and shit after letting me out the car. I can't let you go out like that. But you know, it's definitely so much that goes into that. And for you, you know, a lot of people deal with that journey within a one-day frame. For you have to go months to deal with that journey. I mean, it speaks volumes to how strong you are as a person, you know, because people give up after a day. So for
I wanted to.
Yeah,
you know,
people give up. People give up after a day. For you to go through all that and everything, that was crazy. And you know, whatever hospital it was, she was not hitting the vape inside the bathroom. So don't come after us for anything like that. She was not hitting no vape in the bathroom. You know, so I'm
laughing. But you know, everything just had to go. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. So now let's talk about your journey into this story. So how does Jerica tie into your journey now?
Jerica or Jazz?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jerica's the sister Jazz. All these damn J's,
Well,
man.
Jazz, this is Jazz, y'all. I definitely wanted her to be involved in this because me and her, we share something too similar, which is grief. Unfortunately, we both had little girls and that we both lost, but I'll let Jazz.
So I'm Jazz. My daughter's name was Willow. I appreciate y'all.
No problem.
But for me, the whole grief and like the journey process of losing a kid, like it's humbling. It's hurtful, but it's humbling at the same time for me. So for me, my journey was different. I didn't get time afterwards. So I got pregnant. I'm gonna give you the raw dog, okay?
Yeah.
I got pregnant. I didn't know who the daddy was. Honestly, I didn't care. I was honest about it. I told them both, we could figure this out. I ordered the test. Nobody wanted to do the test. So I let it be what it was. I did what I had to do, be a mom. Kept it pushing. It was no complications. I had perfect pregnancy. I was at peace. I love being pregnant. I'll do it over and over again whenever it happens. When I went to the hospital, it was fine. Everything was A-okay. I got a fever halfway through. The process of my labor, looking back, it was all like, it was just a bunch of fuck-ups along the way with people that you put your care into their hands, and they really don't care. They are coming to do these hours, get this check, and go about their way, period. So my first nurse, she was amazing. My doctor, he wasn't questionable. It's just that while I was pregnant, I didn't even know that the person I was meeting with every other week or every week, your monthly checkups, they weren't even doctors. They were like assistants. So toward the end, I'm like, well, which one of y'all are delivering the baby? They like, oh, well, we're not the doctor. Well, why am I talking to y'all? Because I need to build a bond with the person that's going to bring my child to this world. So over the next couple months, I just met with every doctor trying to reading their biographies, like trying to figure out who I wanted to be in the room with me. Overall, I don't feel like I had the person that I wanted in the room with me, but she had to come and somebody had to do it, like for me. So he broke my water with his fingers, for one, which like I said, I'm trusting in y'all to do your job. He broke my water with his fingers. Cool, that was the first step that annoyed me. My nurse was amazing. I had 2 nurses. My first nurse, she was amazing. And that's how I keep track of like the timeline of what happened, because she left at 7. And she really wanted me to have my baby at 7 because we was lit. Like I was eating ice chips. Sis was sweet. Like it was cool. Like the next nurse that came on, by the time she came on, I already had 103-degree fever. They didn't know where it came from. So I'm sleeping. Majority of my labor, I was asleep. And my mom was with me. And people that know my mom, like, you'll know, like, she really stresses me out real bad. But she knew, like, if you want to be in this room, like, you got to be on 0. Nowhere near even touching 1. 0. Which I kind of regret now. But by the time the next nurse came in, they was trying to break my fever. I'm in and out of sleep, so I'm really not too on point with what's going on because, again, I'm trusting these healthcare providers to do their job. It got to the point where when I would wake up, I wouldn't feel her, but I'm like, maybe she just sleep because I'm sick, like I'm out of it, like what can I do? Over time, the nurse just kept flipping me back and forth, like coming in the room and flipping me back and forth, but she's saying, her heart rate is dropping on this side, we're gonna flip her to this side and see if she's better on that side. She had to do that. Well, when you sleep, it feels like an hour. It's like, it's not hours, it might be 20 minutes. But I don't know, I'm asleep. So she had to flip me back and forth at least 5 to 6 times, telling me that her heart rate is dropping, but she's better on this side, she's better on this side. At that point, why didn't you go get the doctor? I'm like so confused. So just to cut to the gist of things, the doctor came in probably like 20 minutes before she started to panic. My thing is, doctor, you came in and acted like everything was fine, so what was going on at that time with these charts, with her heart rate, with me? Like, nobody know nothing. So the nurse come in, and now I'm telling her, like, I'm a little worried because now my fever is down. They gave me another epidural because they ready for me to start going, and she's scared. Sis is frantic. Like, she's trying to find a heart rate, and, like, I'm looking, and it's nothing. It's damn near just my heart rate, not hers. So a baby's heart rate is like 180, like 140. My daughter's heart rate was 40. 40. So now she's scared. So she's calling my doctor that's supposed to deliver Willow, but he's in another delivery. So I'm trying to understand why you're doing that and telling me he's in another delivery. So she had to call in another doctor. And when the next doctor came in, it was a lady, and she has to go back over what that nurse just did. So not only is y'all wasting time, but we already see it's 40. So they looking at the charts, still 40. They put a probe up where it's supposed to attach to her head and catch the heart rate that way. Nothing. They did regular ultrasound. My daughter was floating in my stomach, literally floating. So then they rushed me into C-section. Now everybody's panicked. I could tell y'all panic. I done said I'm scared. Y'all told me not to be scared. I'm terrified. My mom isn't saying anything because I told her to be on 0. She's trusting them the way I'm asking her to trust. So they rushed me back. They tried to cut me open, but I was still awake, so they put me to sleep. Like, I wasn't numb. They knocked me out 2.5. My mom couldn't even get in the room. And when I woke up, my sisters was there. This is still Corona. This is 2021. Nobody should be near me. My sisters was in the room with me, and the bassinet was empty. So I'm like, off the rip, like, well, what's what? Because I don't feel like this. Like, I'm up, y'all playing in my face, where's she at and what's going on? And so she was like, we're working on her, she's in the back. Da-da-da. We're gonna let your mom go back there. My mom took a picture of my daughter. It just looked like she was like a blowfish. Like, real life, like a swollen Barbie doll. That's how it looked to me. Like a swollen Barbie doll. And I'm like, just take me back there. Like, I want to see my baby. So they basically telling me she got acid in her bloodstream. They don't know how. They got to send, like, a sample to CHOP and see what they say. Because if it's too much acid in her bloodstream, she's not going to live anyway. So once they did that, they told me it was, like, literally nothing they could do. So they like, you can either let her suffer, damn near, or pull it. I'm not letting my baby suffer. If it's nothing I can do, it's nothing I can do. So they pulled it. I was holding her. Literally, like, I helped them. Just so I could, like, feel her breathe. Like, the only time I felt her breathe was with tubes in her. And that was assisted. She never breathed on her own. After that, like, they just knew that they fucked up. Like, literally, they knew that they fucked up. And I knew that they knew that they fucked up because they literally let my entire family in my room. I got a big-ass family. They let my sister come up there 4 a.m, drunk. Like, it was just like, we got to do anything to keep this girl calm because I'm not slow. I'm asking all the right things. Well, why? How? When? Where? Where was y'all? What was y'all doing? How long was it 40 and y'all didn't address it? Like, I'm trying to understand. What were y'all doing? The lady, her name was Miss Cologne, Miss something. She was sweet. She took care of everything. She took care of me. She made sure, like, any little memory I could have, I got. So those 3 days I was in the hospital, my daughter was with me the whole time. Like, I got an amazing support system. My sisters changed my daughter's clothes, like, 30 times, like, photo shoots in the hospital, like, because they wanted to make sure I got those moments, like. So, I mean, like, so from there, it was just, I don't know how I felt. Like, I was just there, like, I didn't sleep. I didn't nothing. I just would stare at her, like, and I couldn't hold her for too long because she cold. She got to stay cold. Hold her for too long, she get warm. She start leaking. Like, it was just crazy. And then to do it alone and, like, have neither one of them come up there, address me or nothing, like, come to nothing. It was just wild, like. So, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, it's just hurtful. Because just being in that, like, my family's so strong. Like, we some strong-ass people because we didn't break in that hospital. Like, and it was hard. Like, that shit was hard. Like, it's nothing. Like, day after day, she just get darker and darker. Like, I think I'd probably torture myself with that. But at the same time, I was like, that's my baby. Like, if that's how she look, that's how she look. If that's all I'm going to get, that's what we going to do. Like, I'm going to rock out. So, after we left, I sued them motherfuckers. And I'm still in the midst of suing them. And, like, it's a crazy case, like, looking back at it. I actually just did my deposition. And, like, it's crazy to have to, like, look back and hear what they have to say. Excuse after excuse. Like, nobody know nothing. But I just know from there, I just took it like, that's my baby. Like, if she ain't here, like, she here. Like, everybody gonna know. You gonna know about Willow Jonah Lester Davis every day. Tatted on my neck. Her ashes right here. Her name right here. Like, it's on my shirt. I'm gonna live, eat, breathe my child every day. Like, that's just that for me.
Y'all fucking me up.
It's the first time I really heard your stories.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
just
me.
like,
It's so wild because before you got here, I was telling them, that I met you at Dubai last month and everything. So it was like when you was behind the bar, she wouldn't give me a drink neither.
What you do to me?
I ain't do nothing to it. The crazy part, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got all these niggas OT, you get what I'm saying? I'm the only motherfucker from the hood in there trying to get a drink, and I couldn't even get a drink.
Like,
Like,
you wasn't trying to spend money.
yeah,
How I am behind the bar is like guys, like they bum rush the females, and like I just be like, come on, if they was here first, let me take care of people. Like, I don't be doing that on purpose, but it's like my customer service is always on a beat, so I gotta like.
crazy part is the way, like, so you take the bar, like, being this table, so it's like her and Dez was in the back bartender. So everybody's just like all around and everything. So here go the fucked up part, right? Because her sister and you get what I'm saying, was there as well. So her sister comes to the side of me.
Oh, you can't put the sister in
Her
the
sister come to the side of me and was like, "Hey, baby," she instantly tunnel vision right on the sister. Oh, what you need?
I got 18 siblings.
Already
It's like
know
a
what
thing.
already know what her sister need and everything. So now I'm looking at the sister. I'm like, damn, like, I just got you in here for free. Like, you gonna let your sister know? Like,
Oh my God, my customer service.
you get what I'm saying? Like,
that.
so then she
I
gonna
call
look.
you a shot, a double.
So then she gonna look like she gonna be like, hold on. So now she got to try to get her sister attention
Look,
again.
she got you a
Oh, look,
drink.
see, I seen her had it in the bag, so I tried to guilt her into it. I tried to guilt her into it. So then look, Dad's behind the bar, so I'm like, hey, Daz, man. He like, what's up, cuz? I'm like, yo, can I get a double shot? I say, Jazz being ignorant and everything. She gonna lift her head up, mean as hell. Oh, you heard me say something about you.
That's not cute or nothing. I don't like that.
I just try to lighten the mood for a little bit.
did,
man,
Oh
but-
my God. I was like, it's so funny though.
But I say that to say because I was telling Tiny earlier, you never know what people are going through in life, what they went through or anything, and to see you behind that bar, moving everything, I would never look at you as a person who went through a traumatic situation like that.
Yeah.
I would never look at the chain or whatever and, assume that it's a child. Think you probably just boy crazy or something like that. But, it's the assumption that people have in life. So that's why you never assume anything in life. All three of you ladies right now, you strong as shit.
Yeah.
Strong as shit. Like, this is some real, touching shit, man. Like, I think I'll probably cry when I watch this episode. I might gotta watch this in the car.
Somebody lonesome on
Yeah, I might gotta watch this in the car. You get what I'm saying? Cause I don't know. Like, it might be one of those things to where I'd be sitting there dropping a tear, listening to or something like.
I've been
It's
waiting for this
different.
moment with Tiny though.
Me,
Like,
I just said
in
that.
real life,
I told y'all that. Like,
Jay know.
and I told
She
you, I
know.
was like, I don't know if she thought I was BS. I couldn't get in the Zoom or nothing. Like, and I finally wanted to do that. So when I had this moment right here, I was like, I gotta bring Jazz along because like we shared it. Like, we shared it. And
I be
then
bringing
we
her
got
out.
the
She don't
the
even want to
Hiller
talk, and I
over
be like,
here.
"But listen, we
Yeah,
can
she'll catch
just
me.
hear you." She's
She
like,
would catch me
"No,
at the
not
bar
right now."
drunk, and I like. It's some moments where I don't want to speak about it, and I don't want to be in a bar breaking down crying. But then shit get it out of me, and now I'm in the bar crying, and I look crazy. I'm like, oh,
We in there like, bitch,
drunk as hell crying. Like, it's deep, and it hit deep, and it's like I look at her. We not close like that, but we're like, I know if I needed her, I could lean on her, and I know it's the same likewise, because it's sad and misfortunate, but like we share grief, so it's like, damn, like. And I want you to know that, like, it's not a time, like, if you going to, I can understand that. Like, I could dig your pain. Like,
You know, I'll check in on
and
you. If
that-
I see a little post,
it
I'll be
hurt
like,
because
babe,
it's like,
you know.
damn, over, like, us losing a kid, like, but it's real. Like,
is,
and
because
I know how you be feeling.
It's a
sometimes.
community. It's just like barbers. Barbers stick together. It's just like most of them. It's just like a fraternity. People gonna stick together when they get, like, it's the same end goal. Our end goal is peace for ourselves.
Absolutely.
On a different level that people don't get. People like, when I was posting Willow, you know, like, I had to go live about it, because if you don't want to see a dead baby on your timeline, delete me. Because that's mine.
And that's how you
it.
grieve.
Like,
And that's how
all I got.
people grieve differently, and people don't be understanding it.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't care for that. To me, honestly, I just always been a social media person, especially when I started selling jewelry, and I get money from social media, a lot of it at that. So it's like, I love social media. I'm selling jewelry to
That's
the whole
me.
city. Like, I love it. So it's like, these people knew me already. So why y'all felt like y'all did my pregnancy on here, and
Yeah.
I'm posting my pregnancy
It
and
was
my
cool
baby
for that, but
come,
not
and
afterwards.
It ain't cool afterwards, or like, it's sensitive. It's a lot of insensitive ass people out here. They're like, oh, I'm tired of seeing that. Well, remove me, because I'm never. Long live Lonnie, long live Willow. As you want to feel, we're never gonna get. Oh, that's our pain. Yeah, but people expect us to keep that to ourselves, but we could post. What Facebook say when you go on? What's on your mind?
What's on your mind?
But we can't post what's on our mind. Like, y'all, like, this is our life. This is our life. When we post our life, my jewelry, when I sell jewelry, it's my life. When you sell your drinks or whatever, when you do hair, this is what we doing. We gonna get money. We can share whatever we want. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, it's different. So just want to tell you, girl, I feel you. Like, I mean, you know, real shit.
know.
Like, this shit cut deep. Like,
Yeah.
and only mothers that lost a child will know. I've done connected with moms in Texas and Florida and everywhere, and you just be like, yo, I've never noticed how much babies is leaving until you lost yours, and now my friends is like grieving moms.
Yeah.
That's what my new friend list is. It's grieving moms, and you like, damn, they just start connecting with each other because they want to see how people deal. Some are stronger than others.
Yeah.
And I think we
That's
the
why I started
strongest
it.
out here, though.
That's why I started that group, though.
It
Thanks to
ain't
Jay.
easy to be strong.
Thanks.
What's the group?
Willow Grove Support Group. I started it literally a month after she passed. I needed to talk.
What is it?
And that was good.
I needed
'cause
to
couldn't.
talk.
So that
I'm
was
a
the
talker.
difference. Yeah, and that was I'm
a talker.
happy for you to be.
Because
it took
if
me
I
a
hold
year
it in,
a couple months
I was
after.
losing my shit in my house. Like, I thought I was losing my mind.
Well,
Like,
explain your group though. What is it?
so it's basically a group for mothers who stillborns, miscarriages, lost their kid in any way, just to come together and discuss their pain in a safe environment and work on your thoughts in the grief process. Not just come and let's just talk about our business all day, but literally I put you in a position in your mindset to have to think about what you're going through and break it down. I do it in person. The last one I just did was on Zoom, just Zoom. But I do it from the beginning. I always did it in person. And I'm coming out of pocket for locations, whatever. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna get the refreshments, snacks, pull up. I got the worksheets. We gonna talk. I got the activities. We gonna figure this out. And I don't say that I helped a lot of women. They tell me that I helped them, and that just make me feel fine.
Having an outlet is always, it's always good. So I want to start actually getting into podding, right? So I have a question, and it's for both of y'all. I'll ask you first because you already alluded to, actually doing it again. But after losing a child, with it being your last one, would you get pregnant again?
I crave for it so bad, but like
Painful.
it's painful because I never like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I have conversations with my oldest daughter about it. Like, oh, I want a baby so bad, but like, nothing will ever replace Milani. Of course. Nothing ever. Like, that lay heavy on my heart so bad. And I just want to throw this out there real quick. Today, I knew I was coming here. I was nervous and stuff, right? And my baby really speak to me. I be feeling like, because I had this, like, somebody tell me, like, go to the cemetery. Her tombstone was laid today. And I've been waiting for this tombstone to be laid today. And, laid. Like, I've just been waiting. I've been so anxious, right? I'm, like, pulling up. I'm just pulling up, trying to wait for it. I'm just being impatient, no communication on either ends. And I'm just like, today was like, I was so nervous to like come and speak about everything. And my baby was like telling me, like, I was at the supermarket and I was grabbing my daughter some food. So I thought about my other baby and I grabbed her a lollipop and a cute little princess doll. And I was like, I'm grabbing this because I know her tombstone is going to be there. And I pulled up and her tombstone was freshly laid, I believe today, the way it was laid. And it did something to my heart. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy. But, you know, like, and I don't know. I just had to lay that there because it was deep as hell. And I had to get that out. Like, but, yeah, I yearn so, my heart, I want another baby so bad. But nothing will ever replace her. But when the time is right. When God is ready. When God gonna do that, he gonna do his big one. Okay.
Definitely that part. For me, like after I had my daughter, like I said, I got a big family and they talk a lot. So off the rip, we in the hospital. I just had sis. Like they
Talking
like
about having another one.
They like, we gotta go get you a sperm donor right now. We did it without a dude before. We good now. I was even talking to this guy. I'm like, if you're not trying to have a baby, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, that's how I was coming. Like, if I meet somebody, you want more kids? You want to have like one new? If you're not trying to, I don't want to talk to you. Like,
so aggressively, you coming like, nigga, that's
be
crazy.
like, just
that's
give
how
it to me
bad.
and go.
Yeah, I didn't even
like,
want.
Just give it to me and you
the
could
whole
disappear.
relationship, the baby daddy. Like, I just did it. I know I'm straight.
Yeah.
So nigga just nutted me and go.
Give it to me and be out.
Bye.
And that's how I was coming. I swear.
Baby gonna be straight.
You be so surprised how many guys be like, okay. She said, what? She said she got it. I said, I got it. Go. Like, bust and go. Like, what? That's really how I was coming. And my sisters was doing it too. If they saw me chilling with a nigga, they be like, you having babies?
Put your Instagram in the comments for them. Put your Instagram in the comments for them niggas out there. There's a motherfucker right now that's going. There's a nigga right now that's going to be out there talking about some where she at.
To this day, I can't make that up. But over time, like when you don't get pregnant, as women, we get a menstrual every single month. That's a reminder that you're not pregnant every month. That is a killer in itself. Damn, again.
Or when you chasing it and you got hella pregnant, you spending all this money on pregnancy tests and it's like negative.
You
negative,
feeling
negative,
it. You like, dang, I'm feeling like I'm a little pregnant.
Yeah.
Like,
you start playing with your mind.
And your period come. Like, it's a killer. Like, plenty of days.
Sad to get a period?
Yeah.
We hate that.
Crying. I hate a period.
I hate a period.
Like, dang, take it, God. Take it. It's like, what? Real life is different.
Yeah, it is.
But that's why I had to stop wanting it so bad. I'm to the point where it's just like, whenever it happens, it happens.
When it's meant to happen.
I wouldn't even care if it was the same predicament. I really don't care. I don't care.
You at that point where you want to be
yeah, but if it don't happen, I'm not pressed about it.
God is going. When it's God's time, it's God's time.
How about you? You scared?
Wipe your eye over here.
Scared of what?
Scared of what?
Getting pregnant.
She ain't getting no more
I
baby.
ain't got no. My tubes is tired. I got my
the
4.
shot.
I'm good.
You got 4. Okay, the shop is done.
Yeah.
So now, next question that I have for you ladies. The kids, right? Do you have that was just the first and this was so it's more so, you know, it can even go to the nieces and nephews, but more so to you with your daughter and everything. You know, does she understand the entire process and how did she feel, you know, with everything happening? You know, I'm pretty sure her being, at the time she was 15 when she passed. You know, 14, 15. She was old enough, probably social media is probably able to see everything going on, you know, alluding to people, you know, nasty comments on social media and everything. How did she deal with the whole process of everything?
Ariana is a lot like her father, whereas though she just doesn't speak on how she feels. She'll just feel it, and she won't talk about it. But she definitely, had her breakthrough with it, especially the day of the funeral. That was different for us, having to close a casket and, covering the face. She didn't want to do all that. That was probably the hardest. But I feel like she's just like me. I'm in the house busy trying to be the head of the household, and I'm trying to be too strong for her, and she trying to be too strong for me. We trying to be too strong for each other. So I go in my room, and when I'm having my bad day, I don't let her feel that. I don't even let her see it. And it's hard because sometimes I feel like I should, but I can't because I just don't never know what type of day she's having. So it's very hard. I say this to my sister. I say this to her grandma. I'm like, this is hard. Like, for Halloween that just passed, her grandma called me. Ariana's having a bad day. My niece was with them. She went home and told her mom. She just started crying, and it hits her when it hits her, and she just breaks down, but she won't talk to me about it. It's like she want to be so strong for me while I'm trying to be so strong for her, we never really get to sit and talk about it. And as bad as I try to, it feels like when I try, it makes her uncomfortable. So it's really,
She's not used to it.
That's the hardest thing right now that me and my daughter are dealing with. And she's a whole full-blown teenager, got a boyfriend, like very great kid. She's an amazing kid. Like, she's wonderful. Ever since everything has happened, like, she's a stay-at-home kid. She don't run the street. She's just an amazing kid. But the only issue with her is she won't break down to me. And I be needing that sometimes because I work a lot. I'm a workaholic. All I want to do is go make some money. And, that's her house at this point. And it's like, when I'm there, I try to be there. But now it's like school hours. I'm seeing her. I'm walking out the door. I'm going to work. So it's like we really have no communication, but I always try to beat her phone down. Like, I'm breaking her phone if she answers. Hello, what you doing? How are you feeling? How was your day? Like, I try to keep that communication. But it's very, very hard. I don't think she takes it well at all, but she hides a lot of it. So it's hard for me to kind of break through her. I had to have my sister call her last night because she home crying. I'm at work, and I'm stressing. I'm like, damn, I can't leave work. I'm the only staff here, and I can't leave. But she home by herself, and she going through something, and I can't be there for her. So all I can do is try to call her, and now she's mad at me about something, so I got to have my sister call her. And it works out, and I appreciate people like that I can count on to help me with stuff like that. Because this shit is hard. Mm-hmm. I'm not okay if my baby not okay. I'm not.
And you can't be there for her if you're not okay.
If I'm not
and it's always, and I'm big on her, like, take care of you. Yeah. We have to, that's our kids, we got our husband, whatever. But you can't do nothing for nobody if you're not right mentally, emotionally, physically, all around the board. So that's something that I feel like you should.
Give you what you want if she don't feel that you open for it.
Yep. I feel like that's something you need to work on. It's like, okay, do you want to get days off? Like, it's just going to be us and get that out of her, like, communication.
Mommy
like,
doing it.
Therapy together is something.
It's not easy.
Therapy
I
together.
do that, but she still just be right.
And it's hard. It's
So
not
what about
right.
therapy? What do you think about therapy?
We've tried it, but therapy pissed her off more than pissed me off. And she was like, Mom, this lady, like, she was pissed. She, don't bring her back to the house. Like, my daughter went off because the lady was going kind of too deep in at a sentimental time. And, like, Ariana dealt with other shit in the mix of all of this. So it's like this lady wasn't.
It wasn't her cup of tea.
It wasn't her cup of tea. Like, she needed to get out the field. So it's hard. And I've heard from numerous of people that it takes a lot of tries to get you a good therapist.
I will say you can, if you want me to come over and I'll bring my worksheets and we can, because it really breaks it down differently the way I go about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I appreciate that because it's different.
It's
I don't
necessary.
feel like keep bringing different people to my house.
It's necessary.
Like, that's my safe place. Like, my baby passed there. My house is peaceful. Like, peaceful. When I walk out of bed, I watch who I let in my house. Like, I'm so sacred with that home. Like, I just feel like Lonnie is all over it, so it's so peaceful. I don't feel like different energies keep walking in and out my house, and then you got my daughter in a bad mood now. She got an attitude with me because you done pissed her off. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's difficult. But we working through it, and we gonna get through it.
Definitely.
Like your sister said, I mean, honestly, I just think, the best way to probably connect with her at this time is figure out what she wants. You might got to go OT with her. Just
It's
jump
gonna make
on
you
Well,
the
her
uncomfortable.
birthday is in January, and we doing our
Yeah.
big one. We going to DR,
Just-
and we going. I think we all be able. I got the right people coming, and I think for her Sweet 16, we all gonna be able to bond down there, and a lot of stuff will come out. And I just want it to be a good. I want it to be the perfect week for her. It's her birthday, and we're gonna have a good time. And I think this gonna be it, where we could learn a lot.
Another
more.
thing too, these teens really don't know how to communicate, right? Because it's like we were brought up like, oh, we can't say that because that's an adult. Like, you watch what you say. And we're like shutting them down and not letting them be able to express their feelings and emotions. And we have to take a step back and realize that they are human. They're allowed to express their feelings and emotions. Yeah, it's a certain way. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. But to give them that, create a safe space, that way they can, start. I'm in the process of working with my teen as far as like, but a thing that we can do is like maybe give her a notebook and, just write. You can't, certain things that you don't feel like you can let out and just have it talk, just write it down, and that's how we gonna communicate. We gonna write notes back and forth until we can get it out, because maybe it's some things that she wanna say, but she don't know how to say it. She don't wanna trigger anything of you, so it's different works.
Y'all tiptoeing
We gonna
around
get
each
that
other.
together. Yeah.
That's how we are.
Y'all
And she
tiptoeing
said,
around
she
each
like,
other.
Mom, I don't know what type of day you're having. Like, it's like that.
It gotta get
And
to the
it's
point
been a
where
year.
y'all gotta break
It's been
that.
over a year, and I'm trying to break it, but that's where we
It's
are.
hard because it's the same. Y'all the same people, so it's gonna be hard.
Are y'all
too
similar? Y'all the same?
What? We are just alike. Ariana is just hilarious. She wants to be hilarious.
Goofy.
Yeah, she's be telling me, "Oh, you pushing 40, girl? Calm down." When I'm trying to go outside, like we can laugh and joke, but when it's serious time, I want to be serious with you. Like, tell me how you really feel, babe. Like,
You
I
gotta
don't,
create that.
So I'm working on that really hard. On top of trying to make a bag and trying to live good. Like, I'm just, it's hard. All of it is hard to process, but I'm doing it. I'm here. It ain't easy, but I'm doing it.
It's a journey.
Yeah, for me, my like I said, I don't got no other kids, but I'm deep in with my nieces and nephews.
Yes, you are.
So my nephew, he's just not that guy. He's gonna chill the whole time. If he in his feelings, you'll see it through his eyes, but other than that, he's not gonna say nothing. My niece, she made TikToks about my daughter for like a year. Like the I love you, John, like, and it'll be I didn't know how to feel about this. She, you know how it would like transform like from a baby face to like their parent, is like see how they look alike.
Yeah, I seen that.
It was her, and she was laying back on the bed like she was dead, and then it switched into my daughter's face because they look alike. But I just think that was just her doing the TikTok, like that was just her getting her emotions across at the time. And she's she's a very angry kid, and I try to talk to her and understand.
This is your sister daughter, right?
Yeah, I try to talk to her, understand, but I just don't get it, and I just don't get it. Like, I just want to beat her. Like, I just want to beat her because it's just too much now. But my other niece, she just turned 3, and she just started asking me about my daughter. Like, because she's literally all over the house. So she's like, "That's your baby? Honey, that's your baby? Where your baby?" Yeah. And then she know, like, that's her room. My daughter's room, it's not exactly the same, but the crib is still there, the rocket chair, her name is on the wall, like, everything. So she'll go in there, she'll be like, "This is the baby room. Put the baby in her room then." I don't want to go in there. You put the baby in the room. It's like now, but it's not like she just started talking. It's not like I've had my niece literally since she was born. So just recently, like in these past 3 months, anytime I got her, she asked me where my baby at. And so I don't even know, like, I just like, like she had a butterfly shirt on yesterday. I'm like, she put the butterflies. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Right,
like,
it's hard. It is. It's hard.
But she keep asking. So I'm like, baby, you gotta find something else to talk about.
No, for real.
She
And
be
these
like, "What you
kids
mean,
is
honey?"
different. Like, they want to keep on
Yeah.
going. Like,
She be like, "Get the baby." I be like,
Yeah, no,
the
it's
baby
different.
is in heaven with the other baby angels. Remember when you lost your toy? She was your toy. Like, I tell her something like that. She'll be like, "Oh my God, I want that toy so bad." And then it switch the subject. Like, But 3-year-olds is too much. I don't know.
They are. It's crazy. Man, listen, I'm just sitting here and like I said, for me as a person, I always try to be more, I always try to gather more information and learn more about people, learn how, other humans think, how they grieve, and everything. And listening to you three ladies, you get what I'm saying? It's definitely, every one of y'all take a different walk of life, but it all connects at one point in time.
Yes, it does.
And that's beautiful from you having the healing situation that you have going on. You doing therapy and even offering to come there to help her with the therapy and everything. It all just aligns with each other, that well. And it's beautiful that, you have each other to be able to do things like that, So when you go in there and everything, it's just amazing. Now, wrapping up, what advice would you guys be able to give, anyone else that's going through what you're going through? I'll let you start and then we'll work our way over here.
I'll say it comes to a time with the grief process where we get very selfish and we forget about the people around us. Like Jerica's here, that's her sister, and you see throughout her story, she say, my sister, my sister, my sister. Me, like I said, I got 18 siblings. I don't know what I would have did without them. And I even took the time in one of my groups to tell them join because we need a family's outlook on it too. It's different. We forget that we're not the only people grieving. So with that, I want people to understand that it's a process. Take your steps, but don't let it defeat you. Don't let it be the end all be all, because if you do, you're killing yourself from the inside out. And that's hard to come back from. To dig yourself out of a hole you created is wild. So I embrace, take your time, breathe easy. If your thing is to work, work. If your thing is to go to the gym, go to the gym. If your thing is take long walks, do that. Find something to take you out of the mental headspace of, I'm just so sad. Why me? Why my kid? Why this situation? Mm-hmm. Take the time to say, well, what's next? Mm-hmm. What can I get? What did I get out of this? What was the purpose?
That's it.
And from there, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to be okay. I didn't get over it, but I got through it. So that's how I deal with it.
I absolutely agree with Jazz on that one. That was as raw as it get for real with that. As for me over here, I'm just over here feeling like the chosen one, man. God, only God. When everybody else left, that man didn't. And I can't even tell you, like, it's been a lot. It's been a journey, but it's been so much good that's been coming out of this journey, and it just keep coming and it keep coming. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I feel my baby around. I know she working. I thank her every morning, every day. Like she said, I know Willow all around the house because Lonnie everywhere. Like, house is laid. Like, couches, pillows, like, all that. Like, it's crazy, but she's there. And, just keep going, man. Like, this is not, this part, I learned this, actually, just recently in the training at work. Like, this is not your life story. This is just a little piece. It's just a little piece there. Like, just keep going. And it's probably the hardest thing they had to get by is losing a child. And I know that you know that. And I feel like we make it look so good, right? People be like, man, they out or whatever. I don't care what people think. But
I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
That part.
I would have did it if she was here.
We make it look so good, even though it's harder. But we doing this shit. Like, all strength, everything, giving it everything we got. Just keep going. Like, at the end of the day, I want my baby to see me happy. I don't want her to see me down here sad and all balled up and fucked up in the world. Like, nah, I'm going to keep going for her forever and ever. But to God be the greatest. Like, I thank him so bad. He got me through. I thank my sister. I thank you, Jazz, for being here today. This was everything I needed to hear, and other people needed to hear this, too.
The crazy part is you only heard yourself. Mm-hmm. You gotta talk to yourself. Let it out. I've been telling you that.
I haven't.
I know.
At all.
I've been wanting it for you so bad, X J. I was
It's
like,
hard.
we gotta get her here.
This is the hardest thing to do. I'm like,
This was a big step for me.
Like I'm
Just
saying,
that-
like I'm nervous. Like I don't know
like,
what I'm gonna do. I'm nervous, but
I gotta come witness this.
When she
Forgive
texts me, like, I'm
Yeah.
like, you ready
What,
to
ready?
talk? She's
Yeah.
like,
it
yeah.
was
I'm like,
different.
oh,
It was
all
like
right.
it was something that, like I told you, it landed on my heart, and it was like I gotta, like when that customer did that, she grieving. She like, man, like how do you get through it? Like you make it look so good. Like everybody, like I'm outside, I'm looking good, whatever. I get cute. Like, y'all don't see the pain behind all that. I'm not gonna show people that because I don't want no sympathy at the end of the day. But I am gonna show y'all like what I love, what I miss, and who I am. And this is who I am. Like I'm strong as shit. Like if this ain't been me, fold me, nothing ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Literally like nothing. You live and you learn. Like I said, I just give all things to God, man. I'm telling you that it's different. It's different over here. It's different on this side. We good. Green, long live line.
As a support system, what advice would you have?
First off, I want to say, y'all ladies doing your thing. I tell you all the time, I'm excited. You really, really like amazed me. But you just got to take it a day at a time. That's it. And you cannot expect, like I said before, nobody owes you nothing. You can't expect nobody to be there with you and to be able to, because everybody got their own life going on. Everybody grieves differently. One day you'll be fine, the next minute you'll be torn apart, but then you look yourself in the mirror, you fix your crown, and you go back out there and we do what we gotta do. But, take it day by day and take care of you, like your mental. Especially, if you got other kids, like you can't be there for them emotionally, mentally if you out of it. You have to take care of you. And God gonna do his big one.
Every time.
So I'll close out with saying this to you ladies, right? Every person in my life holds their own purpose for my life, right? So when I'm down at my worst, I can't expect all 5 friends I have to be there because they're not meant to be there at that moment. It might not even be one of the 5. You get what I'm saying? But it's always someone in your life that holds a purpose. So what I would have to say to the mothers out there, the fathers out there, because fathers go through it as well, understand how life works. You get what I'm saying? Life works so weird that sometimes you can't even question why. Just like you said, there's no point in asking why. Everything is a reason behind it. We don't understand the reason right now, but it's always a reason why. You get what I'm saying? And I just want everyone to understand that. Everyone is here for a purpose and allow them to hold the purpose that they're here for. Don't question it. Don't put your head down. Just keep your head up and keep moving the feet forward. Don't blame nobody because they didn't call you that day. They didn't text you that day. They didn't come over to you that day because that's not what they're there for. You get what I'm saying? So we just have to understand that and not shun people out because I see a lot of relationships and friendships end over things like that because a person may feel as though you're not there for me when I need it, but how didn't you know that? Because even though they didn't pick up the phone, he might be on his knees praying for you right now. That's being there for you. You don't see that, but that person was there for you. So I think a lot of times in life, we just have to understand that. So I'll just say that to take it away from this day. I appreciate all you ladies for coming here today. Y'all done got a gangsta out here preaching and shit. You get what I'm saying?
I see you.
I had to. You get what I'm saying? I had to. Motherfucking pants tight as hell right now. And I can't bend over. They gonna bust on me and
One
shit.
more thing I want to say real quick though, like personally, and I think a lot of people gotta understand this one. When it's your loss, it's your loss. It's personal. So, like you said, a lot of relationships and friendships, and and you still got
Everybody
love.
got
You
time
still got
limit.
love for people. It's no love lost. But when it's your loss, and it's just personal. And some people may be here today and be gone tomorrow. Better luck to you. God bless you. But it's just something people is grieving.
Yeah.
And stuff we go through alone, and we got to deal with that, and it's what it is, but we appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all.
Very much.
We out of here.
Out of here.
All right.